Thank you very much. It's good to be here. Today, I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to make a confession in front of all of you. Don't get nervous. It's actually not that special, or maybe it is. I love Cyprus. All right, you're stealing my lines. You're stealing my lines. My next line was agree with me and clap. Okay. What is it about Cyprus that we love? Is it the land? Is it the weather? Not today, but is it the weather? Is it the food? Okay. Is it the culture, the history? For me, it's the people. You guys, the people of Cyprus. That's my little rip off a friend. But when we talk about the people, what is it about the people? For me, it's civil society. Okay, civil society is when people work for a change, when they work for the future, when they work for their children. But often I hear people saying to me when I talk about civil society, what can I do? I'm not make a change. But it's not. They always blame mentality. They always blame the mentality on why there's no success in some sectors of civil society. But aren't we all guilty of this? Aren't we all guilty of having the mentality when we blame the mentality? Do we grab the bull by the horns and change its direction of charge ourselves? First, we have to change the mentality. Changing the mentality by civil society is what makes the difference. In the last 10 years, we've seen a civil society boom around the world. Not just in Cyprus, around the world. But in Cyprus, the last couple of years, we've seen civil society boom and change direction and grow and become more accepted. And we're at that pivot point now where we can take it further. We can take it to a whole new level. We've swung the pendulum from sitting around the coffee shop in the Gafenil, bickering over coffee and whinging about everything and doing nothing about it, to actually doing something ourselves, waiting for no one. We've discovered that awesome feeling of getting our hands dirty, of working with our family, with our friends, with absolute strangers. Right now, you're all strangers to me because I can't see anybody. But working with strangers is what makes a difference because you've got a common goal. There's another feeling that we get when we work with civil society, and this is the most important one of them all for ourselves, our egocentric self, and that's of mattering. You matter, you make a difference. Civil society in Cyprus is working on a bunch of different things: peace building, road safety, LGBT acceptance, women's rights, animal welfare, you name it. We're all working on different sectors of civil society. We're breaking taboos. This is a big thing in our region, not just our country, but in our region, taboos. We have an issue with breaking taboos, but we can now. Things have changed. I'll get to that. Let me take you to the next level first. You all said, almost all of you said that you love Cyprus, but don't you love her a little bit more when you're far away from her in another country? We all do, right? What is that? You're in Paris. You're in New York, you're in the Himalayas, because we all go there on our weekends. But something about Cyprus makes you miss her. I've talked to other travelers in my travel, and yeah, they all miss home. They miss the simplicity and the familiarity of home, but there is a big difference with Cypriots. Our home doesn't stop at the front door. Our home is every single inch of this island. We know and we feel we own every single inch of this island. We don't see the fences between our neighbors. But it's not just that. We all know each other. We know our neighbors. We know the kids riding their bikes in the street. We know our baker. It's actually scary how much we know each other because when you're driving your car and you beep the horn and wind down the window and start screaming at the guy next to you, you know him. It happens to me all the time. My wife can vouch for that. But this is our home. The coastline around the island is what we call home. But what if I told you that we could expand that? I can see some people thinking now, am I going to polish my gun, shave my head, and we're going to expand the island, we're going to wage war on our neighbors? No, no, no. I'm not talking about that. Civil society can expand our horizons. It can take us to a whole new level that we've never been before. From far away, we see the island differently. We see her through a different lens. We want more for her. Think about the astronauts in space. When they look back down on Earth, they don't see violence and conflict. They don't see the horrors of war. They don't see borders and hunger and civil disobedience and human rights breaches. The list goes on. They see a green, blue, white, beautiful little marble floating in space. Do we know what that is? That's an olive leaf. For me, from far away, that's Cyprus. That's a little olive leaf floating in the warm Mediterranean blue sea that we call home. And it's beautiful from far away. We don't see all of the problems. We don't see the political, social, cultural, environmental, the economic problems. We don't see these from far away. From far away, we rediscover the island. We rediscover our home. We see her differently. And you know what? We brag about her. I don't want to say the phrase, but you all know what I'm thinking, like Cyprus. Okay, Cypriots are all over the world, though. They're in Latin America working on renewable energies. They're in Europe working on economic recovery. They're in Southeast Asia working with developing communities. I've seen them in Africa working with developing communities. We're all over the world, and we don't know it. These are assets that are all over the world that belong to Cyprus, that we can take advantage of, that we can use. We don't do that enough. We don't use it enough. And this is all about importing it into Cyprus, bringing it all in. If we bring this back in, we help the island globalize. We help the island be bigger than what she actually is. We take her so much further. Think about the students, okay? When they go abroad and they study, they learn something, they get a degree, and they bring that back into the island. They import that back into the island. But with civil society, you're not getting a degree. You're getting a bachelor of experience and a master's in know-how. And that is so much more valuable, and that's a much bigger asset for us than anything else you can do. And I recommend that we all do that. The innovation that we learn innovative techniques, we learn, think about a sponge, okay? You're a dry sponge, or a dry piece of toast, okay? And you go overseas and you sponge up something. You gather so many resources and skills and innovative ideas, and you bring them back into Cyprus and you squeeze them. But many people say to me, when I come back to Cyprus, they clip my wings. Everyone has this fear that they clip their wings. That's not true. No one can clip your wings except for yourself. Many of you will doubt me when I say this, but only you can clip your wings. So grow them. Take control of them. They're yours. We all have fears. Right now, some of you are thinking, I would love to work with civil society, but I don't have the money and the time and the resources, and my parents want me to go off and study, and my girlfriend or my wife wants me at home. That's fine. That's normal. Everyone has these fears and these questions of themselves. But the thing is to actually take it on board and realize that you're part of a silent majority. The majority of us want a difference. The majority of us want to change. The majority of us enjoy that change. We're happy for what you do for the island as a civil society actor. And you know what else? You become a civil society hero. I want to print these on T-shirts. I can sell them out the front, $1 a pop. Wouldn't that be great if we could wear these civil society T-shirts, superheroes? You can all be that. Or you can tattoo it, I don't know, whatever you want. Civil society heroes, they change the world. They knock down walls, they grow new paths, they make a difference. And it's not just here, it's around the world. Because Cypriots going abroad, they take Cyprus to the world. The world gets to know Cyprus. But you know what's even more important? For me, and I think a lot of people I talk to, what's more important? Bringing the world to Cyprus. That does amazing things. We bring the world to Cyprus. As you can see, Cyprus is really big, the world's small, so we need a few of them to fill her, you know. But I mean, look, civil society movement, it's got a plan and it's got a strategy. You're not alone, you're not lost. There's people out there to help you, there's groups, you have a support network, and as a result, when the changes come through, the island and the region becomes healthier, wealthier, happier. That's what it does. And that's what we all need to be involved in. World map. For all the Cypriots in the audience, what do we say about Cyprus? Center of the world, right? We call her the belly button. That's what they say. They call it the belly button of Earth. I mean, I wish they called it the brain or the heart, but no, they call it the belly button of Earth. You know, but what's that done for us? This location, location, location. What has that done for us other than empire after empire using us as a stepping stone? I'm here today to say, turn the table. Make Cyprus a hub. Make her the center of the world as you claim she is. She can be, she's bloody well located. Okay? It can be a bridge between the East, between the West, between Africa and the North, between Asia and the East. Cyprus can be this big, amazing hub of intellect, of thoughts, of work, of volunteering, of civil society. This bridge coming in and out of the island, it can facilitate aid, it can facilitate people, movement, ideas, it can disseminate what we're good at. We're a member of the EU, Nobel Peace Prize winning EU, and we're a member of that. You all have a Nobel Peace Prize. You don't know that, but we do. It's a fact. You can put it on your CV. I did. No, I'm just kidding. All right. But why Cyprus? Why Cyprus? Who cares? She's not powerful. She's not rich. Cyprus is broken. Cyprus has problems. Cyprus has issues. But you know what? When we go abroad, they appreciate that. They appreciate that we're an honest friend. We're an honest broker. We're not aligned. We're there as friends, and they know we're learning from them, and they know that we're importing back in what we learned from them into the island, and we're exporting to them. We walk hand in hand with our neighbors as we work with civil society. They respect us. They're not suspicious of us. Almost no one has a bad thing to say about the island, apart from ourselves, and we can change that mentality that I mentioned before. So what can we do? You are all civil society. I don't think we have any politicians in the audience. Do they want to speak up? No. We're all civil society, and we can all do it. We can all offer a little bit of ourselves. A domino effect. Imagine you have a domino lying around me. If I kick the first one, they're all going to fall. You can all be part of that. You can all be a domino. You've seen the movie Pay It Forward? Okay, if you haven't, illegally get Netflix and then download it. The Pay It Forward phenomenon is amazing. This is something that we haven't actually fathomed just yet. I know a lot of people here today are involved in things. Great. Keep it going. Get up here and speak next year. I want to hear you as well. The world wants to hear you. Grow your own wings. We all have wings, and we can all grow them. Strengthen them. Share them. That's superheroes with wings. You can all be one of them, okay? Join us. Thank you.